Well, good morning, good morning. Another day at the gym for me, and here I am with another video coming back from the gym. And the title of this video is Will the Real God Please Stand Up? I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. All of my life I have had the sense that I am here for a purpose, and it sure as hell is not to succumb to criminals who violate the most basic of all principles. Do not violate the free will of another. To me, that is foundational. Well, I'm not reading it exactly the way that I wrote it. Life is meaningless when that is not enforced. I can look back not only at my own life, but at that of so many others who tried hard to wake up and get others to do the same. What do we get for this effort? Unanswered prayers and contempt for our very efforts. God, I'd like to say, either shit or get off the pot. We've been told that God is love. Okay, prove it. Stop the wanton disregard of your creation. I wrote that yesterday morning, and there was a lot of things that happened yesterday during the day. I did have a little bit of brief dialogue with my attorney. I sent him information on what a free man is and the status of the courts as far as de jure and de jure courts and de facto courts. And hopefully I can get it through his head that the system that he's working in is a lie. It's just simply not true. And I noticed some comments when I just came to the computer. Did I shut that down? Yeah, I did shut it down. On yesterday's video that people had put about more legal and lawful information, and even under the U.S. code, de facto courts are operating an illegal operation. It's just simply not even legal. They have no jurisdiction, period, over human beings. That's why they created the straw man, because the straw man is a fiction, and fictions can deal, I guess, with other fictions. That's their thing. Except they're not dealing with fictions. They're dealing with human beings who, when we were born, didn't have enough knowledge and ability yet to actually claim our right as a human being. So therefore, they took that right. They being the governments, primarily the City of London and the Vatican, and enforced by Washington, D.C. and the so-called disunited States, the corporation of the United States. This has been going on for a long time, and it's robbing people of our natural birthright, which is why I say, God, stand up. It's time. I like the idea of God giving us free will, but I don't have the right to go and take something from someone else that I could ask them, may I use this? But I don't have the right to take it if they're using it, if it's theirs. I don't have the right to take it from them without permission. There's a lot of things, a lot of limitations that I have living in a world where there is more than one expression of God, namely us as human beings. And I don't, whatever demons are, whatever that entity is that thinks it has the right to dominate and sap the life force from other beings, to me, there's no reason for it to exist anywhere in the entire universe of universes. Nowhere for it to even exist. It's an anomaly. It's something that has no useful value. Although some could argue, well, we don't know enough yet. Without our rights being challenged, we don't even recognize that they're rights. And I guess there's some truth to that. But my God, does it have to go as far as it's gone? Now, I do believe that the elite powers, so-called, falsely so-called, because they're not elite, they're the opposite of elite. They're destructive. But even the demonic element, even the Luciferian element, if you want to call it that, has to be waking up, because creation is waking up. People like me are waking up, and this has been happening all of my lifetime. And again, I'm a after Second World War baby boomer. First, my dad got out in December. They were married in January, and 9 months and 4 days later, I popped out of my mom's womb. And from earliest childhood that I can remember, third grade, maybe fourth grade, I don't know exactly the time, but I knew that I was here for God's purpose. I just always knew that. It's not something that somebody gave me that idea. I had that idea without somebody telling me about it. And it just irks me. It irks me to see so much abuse still going on, to see so much ignorance in the world, to see so much crime committed by people that are supposed to be the law enforcement. Some of them are the worst criminals on the planet here in the United States. I can remember growing up as a boy. I knew cops by their first name. My Ori Van Dyke, a Woodpile Van Dyke relative, was the chief of police in the town that I really grew up in. And again, I knew Augie Faber. I knew Bob Vanderklok. I knew the people that were police, and they were friends. They were nice guys. They were good people. Even when I was arrested in my own hometown and I was drunk, they didn't treat me badly. And when I was arrested in my home by cops 4 years ago or whatever it was, the cop put my arm behind my back in a hammerlock that hurt for a couple of weeks. I mean, it was so bad, and took me to jail for driving without a license, and he arrested me in my house with my car parked in my garage. And then I'm arrested because of taillight being out and taken to jail, twice taken to jail for driving without a license, using an international driving permit. I'm looking into getting other things, but God, how can you, God, creator of all that is, allow these criminals to continue their scam when so many of your children are waking up, and some of us have given our human life? Many of us have given our freedom at different points. I know one particular one of your daughters, Father, who was literally raped in police custody, raped by several individuals, not just one, gang raped by cops with uniforms and prison guards in uniforms. God, this stuff can't be allowed to continue. This crime cannot be able to continue to go unabated and unpunished. There has to be remedy. There has to be remedy that's applied in the real world. And this whole money fiction, people struggle and struggle and struggle to make ends meet when they've stolen our wealth. Father, they have stolen our wealth. They have taken our birthright. They have taken that which was given to us by being born, and they've used it for their own good against us, God. When are you going to stand up? When are you going to do something about it? When are you going to stop the crime and start leveling the playing field for God's sake, for our sake? When are you going to do something about it, God? That's the question that I keep asking, the question that I keep praying about. And no, I'm not going to be sanctimonious in my prayers. I pray for all my brothers and sisters, but I'm not going to play a sanctimonious game. Something's wrong with your creation. It's time, and it's up to you to fix it. To fix it. And not to allow this unwanted and unasked for criminality to continue unabated. Father, please answer my prayer. Thank you. Namaste.